Hi there, how's everyone doing? I hope you're having a great day. It's been a while since the last time I posted a video on this channel. And it's actually been a while since I was in this room, my little studio. And due to a number of reasons, I wasn't able to make videos, but I want to move forward and start a new chapter in this journey. But before I get to the main point of this video, I would like to tell you a little background story of how this channel came to be. I got into flying drones because I was greatly fascinated, and I actually became obsessed with picturesque landscapes and beautiful sceneries. What I did was I edited the drone footage to music that I liked, posted it on YouTube, and I got myself a collection of music videos that I made myself, which for my skill level at the time, I thought was very awesome. I was completely drawn into the world of drones because seeing things from above, from a whole new perspective, is such a captivating experience. I flew the DJI Mini 2, which was my very first drone, for a couple of months before I became critical of its capabilities, its camera, and overall specs. Well, I guess you could say that I learned a lot in the 2 months that I was no longer content with the Mini 2. So I got myself the Mavic 3, which was DJI's flagship consumer drone at the time. It's got a dual camera, with the main camera having a micro four thirds sensor. It's got a 360-degree obstacle avoidance and so many features that made it the alpha drone at the time. It was quite expensive, but I had to obey this little voice inside my head. I know, shame on me. I wrote and passed the test to get my basic license, so at least I can fly this thing. A couple months later, I wrote and passed the advanced exam, passed the flight review, and got my advanced drone pilot license. But even with the advanced license, there are still permits that need to be secured ahead of time if I want to fly the Mavic 3. Even in my own backyard, I live in controlled airspace, and applying for a permit just to be able to take a picture or some footage of perhaps a nice building or some interesting subject in my neighborhood requires a lot of paperwork and a lot of waiting for approval before I could fly. That's if I get approved by NAV Canada. Boy, was I glad when DJI released the Mini 3 Pro. It's got a bigger camera sensor and so much better overall specs compared to the Mini 2. And since it's still a Mini, I can fly it almost anywhere without hassle. I just have to make sure that I don't become a hazard to aircraft and people wherever I fly. I had friends who were getting into the hobby, and I convinced them to start with micro drones because they also live in controlled airspace. Every time we get together, they have dozens of questions about the rules. So I made some videos talking about micro drone regulations and basic drone rules to help them out. It's been over a year now flying here and there, editing footage, posting on social media, and it has been very fun and exciting. I have seen and been to spectacular places and have gone on amazing adventures just because of this hobby. And I discovered that it is such a wonderful way to record memories, especially when you're out on your adventures with family and friends. My skills and interests are expanding in the field of filmmaking and cinematography, and I realized that drone footage alone is not enough to complete a sequence, especially if you want to tell a story. This is why I am shifting the direction of this channel to the broader filmmaking niche, which is the main point of this video. And while we're at it, it makes sense to change the name as well to something that's not confined to drone footage alone. It may not be a big deal changing the direction, changing the name of this channel, cause there's only a few of you. But I've been doing some thinking. Since you are subscribed, I believe that you deserve to know. I haven't actually thought of a name yet, and maybe you could help me out with that. If you would kindly drop name suggestions in the comments below, I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, you've probably noticed that in the recent videos, I started adding some storytelling elements in it. I started using not only drone footage, but footage from other cameras as well. I'm hoping to inspire and encourage those of you who are just starting in the hobby. And I promise you don't have to spend a lot of money, because you can use easily accessible and more portable filming gear. And you can have fun doing it too, because there's a lot of simple and easy to follow filming techniques that I learned along the way. I will feature tips and tutorials in the upcoming videos. And we are going to start with the most basic gear so that lack of gear won't be a hindrance, especially for beginners. And of course, we're gonna need a camera if we're doing filmmaking. But don't go scrambling to buy one, because most likely you already got a good camera. As the saying goes, the best camera is the one that's always with you, and that's your smartphone. And in fact, I am filming this right now using my smartphone. And if you're following this channel, most likely you already have a drone. I'm not saying ditch your drone, keep it, because you're gonna need it. And depending what you're doing, you can acquire additional gear if you can afford it. But buy it only when you believe the need justifies the cost. And for those of you who don't have a drone, there's no need to rush. I can show you a couple ways to simulate drone shots using your smartphone. I'm gonna head out now to finish packing my stuff, because we're going on a trip to the beautiful tropical island of Cebu, where I was born. We're going to visit family we haven't seen in almost 15 years. And while we celebrate and enjoy each other's company, we're going to take some really nice footage of our trip that we could use to tell the story of our adventures. We'll keep you guys posted, and before I go, I will leave you with this. Stay dedicated, continue learning, and enjoy the process of exploring the art of filmmaking. I will see you in the next video.